the slope of the tangent line is 0. That's what I'm thinking. So when I see this, I need to think slope. The slope of the tangent line is 0. And those are the easiest places to spot. And those are usually the first ones you want to spot. So I'm thinking tangent line, oh, it's right there at the top. There it is. There's one. And there's another one. So there's actually 2 places where the slope is. See, I told you I love this little slope. I use it all the time. So I'm going to write B and D. There's 2 places. Now, this means the slope is negative. The slope is negative. And so if the slope is negative, then F is decreasing. Okay? And how did I do that? I went back to my relationship that I did a minute ago. And so if the slope is negative, then F is decreasing, right? So I'm putting those 2 things together. So where would the slope be negative? The slope is positive there, and notice that the y values are increasing. It's negative all throughout there, not at B and D, but all throughout there. And then here it would be a positive slope, okay? So I have F, C, and G where that is happening, where the function's decreasing, therefore the slopes would be negative. Okay, 3 answers there. This says the slopes are positive, so slope is positive means that F is increasing. So you have to do all of this. Look at a symbol. What does it mean? How do I look at the graph and find the answers to that? So that's your job, the interpretation part. So slopes are positive means F is increasing. And we've seen that in this section that's happening, and the only point in that section is A. And then this is decreasing, and we had 3 points there. And then in the next section, it also has a positive slope or is increasing. So we also have the point of E. Okay. So in the next piece, this is the second derivative, which talks about concavity. So this is really saying to you, is there a place where the concavity changes? That's what that wants to know. Where is that point? So now I'm going to not look at slopes of tangent lines, but I'm going to look at the curve of the graph. This is curving down, and this is curving up. So where's the place where the down curve starts becoming an up curve? So I'm going down, and usually it's going to be halfway in between those maxes and mins. Not totally halfway, but kind of somewhere in the middle. That will happen, and that's happening at point C. This is asking you about when the second derivative is negative. That's another thing you guys have to do. You have to translate that less than 0 means negative. And if the second derivative is negative, that means that the function is concave down, like a frown. And for some odd reason, negative, down, and frown all go together in my head, so that's easy for me to remember. And you'll see me write CD a lot. And CD means concave down. So where is this graph? Concave down, concave up. So I'm going to say all of these points are in the concave down place. So A, B, and F. So lots of answers here. And then the next piece says, where is the second derivative positive? And that means concave up, like a cup. And so that's going to be the points that follow that point of inflection, right? And that's G, D, and E. Okay. So now we're going to kind of have to put all this together. And I know that I can kind of look at this and figure out which ones match, but I really want us to think about it intuitively, okay? And I want us to write, what is F doing if these 2 symbols are happening? So I'm going to actually read this, and I'm going to do the interpretation as I'm reading it. So I see this, and I'm thinking, where is F? And this is all stuff about F now. Where is F increasing? Because that's what that means. If that's true, if F prime is positive, F is increasing. And where is it? And I got to interpret, what does that mean about F? F is concave up. So now I'm going to go along the graph and go along the graph, and I'm going to try to find the place where F is increasing and concave up. So I'm increasing, but that's concave down all the way to there. So that cannot be a part of the answer. This is still decreasing. That cannot be the answer. And now we're going to be increasing and concave up, and I hit point E. I hit point E. So now you've got to do both of them at the same time. All right? So I'm interpreting what these symbols mean about F, and I'm making a note about it, and then I'm going along the graph to find the points that match that. So if I interpret number 8, that means less than 0 is negative. Where is F? This is all about F. Where's F? Decreasing. And where's F? And that means concave up. So I'm going to go along the graph. This is all concave down, so none of these people are, because it doesn't meet that part, right? It needs to be concave up. So if this is concave down, the only people can be the people after that. The points, sorry about that. So the points after C, after that point of inflection, are the only ones I can look at. So now in that section, I need to find a point where it's decreasing on that section. So C is the point of inflection, can't choose that. And so decreasing would mean going down, and so that is point G. See how I'm kind of doing that? I'm finding my section to look at, and I'm finding the point that does both things. So again, let me talk about what F is doing. That means increasing. And that means F is concave down now. All right? So concave down is this section. So increasing on that section would have to be that point A, because that's increasing and in the concave down. And this means where is F? That means decreasing. And where is F? Concave down. So I need a decreasing concave down. So this section is all concave down. That's easy to do because there's only 2 sections. All that is concave down. That was increasing. That is 0. So the only other one before I get to the point of inflection is F. Okay? Wow. All right. And at any time, if you need to stop and kind of let this sink in, please do that. All right, let's see how many more we have of these. All right, I'm going to do one more with you, and then we'll let you do one. Oopsie. And then we'll be done for now. Tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to let you, I'm going to stop the video. You stop the video now and try number 2, and then when you hit play, I'll explain my answers, and then I'll let you do number 3 for homework. How about that? All right, so stop the video now. And when you hit play, I will come back on and tell you the answers. All right. So this says derivative is 0. That's going to be at my maximum end. So that's B and D. I'm going to go a little faster than the first time because you've had time to think about it. This is decreasing. So decreasing is A and E. A and E. Notice that every time I do this, I come over here and trace this thing. That's how I do that. It's not just magic. I'm looking for this, for F to be decreasing. And so I'm looking for that negative slopes. If I drew tangent lines, which one would have negative slopes? This is increasing, and so I'm increasing between B and D, so that's G, C, and F. G, C, and F. Where's the second derivative equal to 0? That means I want the point of inflection. The point of inflection. Inflection. It's where you change concavity. I'm concave up and I'm concave down. And right in the middle is that place where that happens, and that's C. This is concave down because it's second derivative less than 0. This is concave up. So let's do it again. Concave up to C. So A, B, and G. And then it's concave down after. Oh, y'all, I did that backwards. I'm so crazy. I'm so sorry. This is, see, that's why I got to follow the function. That's concave up. So that A, B, and G needs to be here, right? Sorry about that. And then concave down are all the people that follow that point of inflection, right? So that's F, D, and E. All right, now we got to put it together. And I know I really could just come up here and find these two things and find which one's in common, but I really want to analyze the graph, okay? So you've got to learn how to do this translation, okay? So what does this mean about F? If this is true, then F is increasing and concave up. And the only place that's concave up is here, and G is the only interval where it's increasing, right there, where that slope of that tangent line is positive. And then this means that F is decreasing and concave up. Again, this is the only section where it's concave up. That's got to be A. Number 9 is increasing and concave down. Increasing, that's concave down. There's your concave down section right there. Woo! And F is going to be the point where you're increasing. This one is decreasing and concave down. And so here's concave down, and that's your point of inflection increasing 0, and that's your decreasing, so that's E. All right, hope that's helped. I'm going to let you do the third one for homework. Have fun with that, and I'll see you at the next video, okay? All right, bye, y'all.